Okay, that's not mustard. I did have a Costco hot dog earlier, but that's actually paint. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. My name is Sean. This is UCM Pigs, and today we're going to be doing some more preventative maintenance on my 2016 Ultra Classic. Now, before we get started, let me remind you to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always on my channel, if you don't feel like typing words, just leave an emoji. Let me know you're here. I greatly appreciate that. So, what prompted this maintenance? Well, it's crucial maintenance. It's critical maintenance. We're talking about the clutch system. Kind of goes hand in hand with the braking system because they both use brake fluid as the hydraulic fluid. But the reason I'm doing it is because my master cylinder on my clutch was leaking and it was causing the cover to corrode because if you're not aware, brake fluid is highly corrosive, and when that happens in the state of Virginia, we have an annual state inspection. They will fail you if they see corrosion because that means the system is leaking. Now, the other side of that is if fluid is leaking out, moisture is getting in. And moisture is not good in these systems. What happens is brake fluid by nature absorbs moisture. And when that happens, it starts to get milky, it starts to turn black, and it actually lowers the boiling point of the hydraulic fluid. So if you're using your brakes a lot, using your clutch a lot, you could risk having a catastrophic failure on the road with those systems. So a good rule of thumb is just to go ahead and replace that fluid every 2 years. You can check it in between, look at it, see if it's getting milky, if it's not clear. They have a little gauge you can put in there. But if you stay on top of it every 2 years, pretty simple little project to do maybe in the winter months, especially if you have a flushing system. You can get them like a pneumatic flusher. It's pretty easy to do, or a two-person job. And if you're interested in how to do that, I actually have a video on how to flush your brakes. I'll put a link in here. You can go watch that at your leisure, and I'll show you how to flush those systems. It's pretty simple, not a bad project. Now, the thumbnail. So what happened was I had ordered some covers off of Amazon. And the reason I ordered them was Harley-Davidson at the time was out of the stock covers. And I was very impatient. So I said, let me go to Amazon, see what they got. This is not that hard. The bike's been around a while. And I found these. And they're actually not bad looking. Um, Reviews are mixed, pretty favorable. But I will tell you right now, these are hot garbage. They do not line up. They have gaps around the edges. When you put it on, you can see a gap like on the clutch side in one corner. I didn't feel comfortable with it. And then the gasket that I ordered along with it, this one right here, it's a little thicker than the stock gasket, but it will not seat. And again, when you start boogering down that cover, you can see the gaps around it. Not a fan of that. And I think I'm asking for future problems. So I called Ironclad Harley-Davidson, formerly known as Bayside, here locally, and they now have them in stock. So I ordered these stock covers. Looks similar to this. This is the old one. And the stock gasket. And we're going to go ahead and put those on. So should be a quick video, but that's what I thought 2.5 hours ago. But I've got both covers off because I am going to go ahead and do the brake side. Harley has made a change with their brake one where they now have a plastic insert on the inside because these are also prone for leaking as well. The brake side comes with the gasket. The reason you know this is a brake side because you have this kind of curly Q looking pattern, inside. That is your brake side. And then the clutch side has this bar pattern that coincides with the top. So I went ahead and ordered or picked up the brake one as well. We'll go ahead and switch both of them out at the same time. Okay, so we're looking at the clutch side reservoir. As you notice, my fluid is nice and clean now. And you're going to keep your screws from your previous cover and try not to drop them like I just did because they're really hard to find. We're going to go ahead and lay our gasket in place there, and then we'll put our cover on top of it. Now you want to make sure your gasket seats nice in there. And remember, it's a new gasket, so you're gonna have to be finesse it a little bit to get it to seat. And then we're gonna rest our cover right on top of it, lining that bar on the inside of the cover up with the gasket itself. Sometimes if you put the gasket on the cover before you put it on, that works better. It's just kind of gotta hold your mouth right, I guess, when putting this on, and you know you'll feel it when it gets in place when you're putting it together. Now you'll see I have a lot of residual brake fluid on here. We want to make sure we clean that up when we're done because, again, it is highly corrosive and we don't want it eating our paint away. So I've got some spray and wipe over here to the side, and I'll be cleaning that up when I'm done buttoning this all up. Now, if you notice, I am rotating between the screws. You don't want to just booger down one side and then go over and booger down the other side. Go back and forth between the two screws. Make sure you get a nice even seal across that cover and compress that gasket nicely when you're doing this. So like I said, I'm going to get some cleaner, wipe this down, and we'll move over to the other side. Okay, so now we're going to be putting on the brake cover. If you notice, the fluid is still kind of clear. It is starting to yellow a little bit. But like I said, it's about a year old. I'm going to go ahead and leave it. And regardless of just changing the clutch one, I'll probably stay on my current maintenance rotation and do it over this coming winter. Now, there's some orientation here. So as I mentioned, there is a plastic, insert in here. That's something new. When I saw that, I wasn't going to do the brake side, but I saw that they made an upgrade to it. I went ahead and purchased it. But you want to make sure you can read the words when sitting on the bike. Don't put it the other way. There is orientation with these covers. Make sure you put it in the right orientation. So we set our cover down, and this one does come with new screws. So we're going to do the same as we did on the other side. We're going to go back and forth between the screws until we get them snug. We don't want to put 1,000 pounds of torque on here. We just want to snug these down and compress that gasket and a nice even pressure across the cover while we're doing this. And that should do it. And just like on the other side, I'll take some spray and wipe and clean up any residual brake fluid that I might have spilt while doing this. All right, y'all, so that is it. Pretty cut and dry. Like I said, at least I thought it was 2.5 hours ago. But nonetheless, it was a pretty quick job once I had the correct parts, not some Amazon hot garbage. About $95 to do this, both sides, replace the gaskets on both and the covers on both sides. So it's still relatively inexpensive. But like I said, this is, in my opinion, critical maintenance. This is a system we don't want to fail when we're out on the road. So I hope you guys found this informative. It's springtime. You guys need to start thinking about your maintenance and making sure your bike is ready for your upcoming trips this year. So with that said, you guys be careful. You guys be safe, do your maintenance, and always keep your shiny side up. We'll talk to you next time.